Welcome to my YouTube channel, where I take you through the length and breadth of research methodology, making it easy for any person who is interested in knowing the subject research methodology. Here, I take it step by step, precept upon precept, making it quite easy so that you love research methodology. And of course, you know it too. Today, I'm going to bring to you how to identify a research problem. Remember, I told you in my previous video, if you have already watched it, that research methodology begins at the point where problems are identified. The point where problems are identified. And so, how do you now identify that problem? How do you recognize a researchable problem? And that's what we're talking about today. If you see a problem, how do you know this problem is researchable? In any case, understand that research problems is like any other problem you identify. All problems can be transmuted, can be converted into a researchable form. From my previous video, I told you, first, you need to conceptualize it. You need to conceptualize it by creating the variables and all that in a framework. Then you continue from there. Afterwards, you can operationalize it. So know this general principle that all problems are researchable if you can just conceptualize it and you continue from there. Now, research problem begins at a point when you start seeing an act by any person or any process or any decision against good general ethics or belief or your own belief or an ethical standard. There are three ways in identifying research problems. Three. This is one. Once you see anything that is deviant from what is standardized, what is normal, what is acceptable, start asking, why is this one different from what we know? Then you know that research problem has already occurred. If you see an attitude of somebody different from that attitude, it is researchable. Why are these attitudes different? Why are the characters of people different? Why are the beliefs of people different? Why does he believe what he is believing? Why is he behaving the way he's behaving? These are all researchable standpoints. These are the starting point of any researchable thing. You can start your research from deviant, from standard, from ethics, from what you believe in. That's number one way of knowing what is researchable or how to identify a researchable problem. The second way is an opinion given by a suggestion given by a researcher saying that, look, suggestion for further studies in any research is also a springboard of any researchable problem. You can use that as a researchable problem. When you read any work by any researcher, somewhere at the tail of the work, he will say, area for further studies. That statement, that area he will suggest is also a researchable problem. And then finally, how to recognize a researchable problem is by your own self. When you read the work of the person and then you see a knowledge gap, you observe a knowledge gap or a research gap, that gap is a research problem. While reading, maybe the researcher did not exhaust it, that very subject. And there's no way one individual can exhaust everything. It's not possible. So that inexhaustible gap, that gap created by the inexhaustibility by human limitation is a springboard for research. And so that itself is a research problem. The reason is simple. Every research work is a product of a prior research work done by yourself or by others. And the research which is ongoing produces a knowledge or a research gap. It is a phenomenon. This is a default issue. It's something that we can't change. So these are the three ways you identify a research problem. I will just reiterate, just go back again over giving an overview. Number one way of identifying a research problem is once you see anything deviant, separate or different in behavior, in character, in result, anything from what you know or what you believe in or what is ethical or what is the standard, then you know that there is a researchable problem in existence. You should go ahead and carry out the research. Number two, a researchable problem is identified by the opinion given by the researcher himself, saying this area is the area for further studies. Then you go about researching. That itself is a research problem. You can also identify a research problem from a research gap or a knowledge gap. A knowledge gap is normal. Every research work is a product of a research gap. And a research work ongoing also produces a research gap or a knowledge gap. So that makes research methodology a continuum. It has no end until we come to the end of its work. So thank you very much for listening. I am Dr. Abel Simeon. I am the Managing Director and the CEO of Amon Consulting Limited. I am a doctoral research fellow at the Corporate Institute of Strategic Research. I am also the Director of Strategic Planning and Research at the Institute of Professional Industrialist and Management Development. If you have any question, please just forward it to my WhatsApp line. I will just attend to it. Any question at all on research methodology, send it there. You can see it on the screen. +1 505 2324 6646, or in any of my email there, brotherabel1@gmail.com, or brotherabel or abel.simeon@ipm.org. Or you can send it to abelsimeon@cisr.org.ng. Thank you for listening, and I see you in my next video.